What's up, guys? It's Sunday. Getting ready to ship these out for today for UPS so they can pick it up. So everything's done. We already checked it, checked for leaks. Everything's good. RGB's already in there. Guys, look at that. So beautiful. Anyways, what I wanted to talk about today was these lights. I know you guys have seen these on the internet. Shops are selling them for like $2,000. These are garbage. If you see that, that's a gap right there. It's probably got about a gap like this wide. These are all dummy lights right there. That's a dummy light. Actually, let's get into the back of this thing. I wanted to show you. So that's a dummy light. So they used what is called a laser light housing. So this is the laser light housing, and how you can tell is because of this plug, this right here. So that's why, if you look right down there, that's a huge gap. I don't see how anybody could really want that. So these are actually for a customer that I have, and he wanted to see what we could do with these lights and see if we can change these DRLs. And tell you the truth, I have low expectations for this. I'm going to crack one open and see how it looks on the inside. But if you guys look at these, this is an OEM light. This is a very nice OEM finish. Look at that, guys. That's how you want it back sealed. I mean, the sealing on this is nice. Don't get me wrong. That's all good. This is not urethane. This is silicone. They use silicone in here. So you know what that means? This stuff just peels right off. This is urethane. This is what we use, urethane. So again, this is the finished product. I put a PPF over the headlights so it can protect the headlight from getting rock chips and whatnot. Letting it heal here, and you can see how everything is nice and clean in there. It's hard to see because of the reflection, but let's see. Let me see if I can turn off the light. That makes a difference. Somewhat. All right, so another thing is, I've done these lights in the past for some of these customers, and if your light is coated and you send them to me, you need to let me know. We're going to put that down, because the reason is when I plug it in and try to check the lights, make sure everything's working, I can't tell because your light is trying to come on, but it can't come on. And that's the biggest reason why. That was the first that we ever had. And I was doing one for, so anyways, I'm doing one for a customer, and that's how we found out. But anyways, if it's coated, it will not let me test the lights. And this is the first time it ever happened, so now we figured it out. Sorry. So we got BMW modules that we can test them with, and no problem. And I just plug them in. I should show you guys the plug I use. Here we go. So basically it's just this plug. All it is an OEM plug that has been modified so I can plug it in and I can test your headlights and make sure they work. Usually when I get them, they're usually brand new, almost brand new. So I really don't need to test them, because when I take them all apart, they're LEDs. There's nothing special about it. In these lights, not that one, this one. So in these lights, they're LEDs. They're not anything crazy in there. You got a control module that controls all the function of the lights, and that is it. Everything else in here is all LEDs. That's it. That's all they are. LEDs, guys. Nothing major, nothing crazy. So we put an RGB kit in here. Here's the plug for it, as you guys can see. I got another set I'm doing not right now, but I got another set that's coming in. Kind of spread them apart, because this is not my full-time gig, guys. This is like my side gig, you know. Basically, I just went back to work. So, this can just be my side gig. So a lot of you guys who have RGB kits for the laser lights, you got to be patient, man. You know, I can build them as fast as I can, but it's usually on the weekends is when I build them. During the day, from Monday through Friday, we're gonna stop building them already. It just takes up too much of my time. And I keep telling people you can buy it from the Chinese and you can buy it that way, but good luck in that process, because you got to seal everything. And if you get it from them, you really got to seal a lot of the stuff. So, man. So when we ship your stuff back, it goes in one of these. So I already got one set up right there. And then we'll wrap it up with, cellophane, get it all nice and tight in there. And then we put the padding on it so that way it doesn't get damaged and all that good stuff. And then I'll put a saran wrap over this so it doesn't get damaged. But like I said, guys, if you see these lights for sale and they have these modules, these are dummy modules. These are garbage. And basically everything in there, if you look real closely, they got these chrome trims. Nothing aligns right. In fact, this piece of molding is actually off. And I don't know if it's going to stay there or what, but the other one, you can see it's partially on, partially off. You can see it right there. And this huge gap, and I was like, what the fuck is that shit? That is a fucking gap and a half. And again, like I says, this is all silicone. So I could break this whole thing down, no problem. Just heat it up and peel it right off. It'll peel right off. And I wanted to see how they built this thing on this platform. What is that? Oh, that's the compressor. So I saw on the back side of it, you guys see that? Wait, do you see that screw right there coming right through? Yeah, that's one of the adjustment screws inside the light. There's a big box that controls this one. So we're going to tear into it. We're going to modify it. We're going to make our own version. All the plastic that's in here too as well. Man, I really wish this light, I could show you guys the quality of this. And I seen shot, oh my God, look at that. That's bad. Here, I want to show you guys. See that plastic? If you can kind of see it, that's how cheaply it's made. I mean, granted, it's plastic, but they didn't take the time to really like clean it up or anything. They just kind of slapped it together. So I can actually fine tune this thing and make it 10 times better. And we're going to use this housing. I was going to use my housing, but we're going to use this housing to see how they built it in here. But it's funny, they're using laser light headlamp lens, laser light, guys. I have those, so I know. Actually, it's right there. Okay, I got my PPF cutter, sign cutter. Dude, guys, I do it all, man. I used to do a lot of wraps and stuff, but got away from that because just ain't paying the bills no more, and everybody wants a deal now. You know, how can you give a deal? How can you wrap a car for $1,300? You know, I'm not going to beat those prices, and I'm not going to freaking match it either. You know what I mean? That's just craziness there, guys. Can't do that shit. And then also we got some new Bluetooths, man, which I'm really excited about. So we got some new Bluetooths for these controllers now, and they're built in with a 5 amp fuse. So if it should burn out or one side should not work, then it is most likely the controller. And what we're going to do is, these are just plug and play, so you just unplug them. These are you going to tie into the headlight harness on each side. It makes it 10 times easier, guys, for installation. All you do is unplug it, unwrap it, tap into your positive, negative. That's it. That's all there is. Positive, negative. Don't have to worry about the fuse. Fuse is already built in. That's another thing I've been working with. There's too many things that I got going on, guys. I try to do them as fast as I can. I try to do everything as perfect as possible. And let me just turn this thing around. I want to show you guys something else too on this I found. All right, so these are the reproduction housings, laser light housings. A lot of the stuff on here is all dummies. This used to be the fan. That's a dummy. That's a dummy. And that's a dummy. So all these things, I don't even know why they put them there. They should have just left them with covers, and that's it. So it's beyond me why they did that. These controllers, you know, I got to test them out. I want to test them out and see what they actually do with OEM, if they actually work or not. So I'm going to test those out. But if you guys ever see this, it's made by AKD. Like I said, this is a set for a customer. He wanted me to try and see if we can put some colored DRLs in there. And what I found was when I went poking in there, I saw LED strips in there. Freaking cheap ass LED strips. And I'm going to call you guys out on it. These fucking lights, if you guys are selling them, man, send them back to wherever you got them from and get a refund, because they need some heavy modification. And I'm not trying to bash the product. I mean, if you just want to have some lights that look okay and people look at it and go, whoa, dude, what is that? You know, then that's fine. Do what you got to do, guys. But you see how huge that gap is? That is a gap. That should be flushed down with the light itself. But the problem is they can't flush it because they're using the wrong headlight lens. So the lens that they need to use is the one for the LCI. So that chrome trim can actually sit on top, but I would paint that black. So when you guys see this next headlight housing that I modified, you're going to see a big difference. Huge difference. And that's what you're going to find. You're going to see how different I make them, and can make these conversions and can make them actually look like something good. Again, it's just a quick video, guys. Just trying to show you guys what's up. You know, I was anticipating on waiting to get these, and I says, how can that be that these are like the OEMs? And he says, yeah, they are. And guys, let me tell you how much he paid for this. $1,900 for a set. $1,900. Now let that soak in. I've seen other shops selling it for like $2,000. I know a few places that are selling it for $2,100. eBay has them on sale, and they start anywhere from $1,500 and up. And if you guys paid for that much, man, I feel bad for you guys. I would rather buy an OEM one and have it modified than buying one of these, because this is poorly made. Very poorly made. And this is the first time I ever saw something like this that I do not like. You know, again, it's just mind-boggling, man. I just can't believe people spend that kind of money. If you're going to spend that kind of money, shit, I'll sell you one. You know, look at this, guys. See what I mean by this stuff? It's just silicone. That's all it is. It's not, look at that. It just peels right off. It's silicone, that's why. That's the cheapest thing in the world you can use to seal these lights up. Use urethane adhesive. And what I mean by that is this right here. See that? Fast windshield sealant. That's what you guys need to be using. Silicone is not the way to go. And again, this is my workshop. See how dirty it is? It's because I got too many things going on. I'm trying to build 20 million things. I got DRLs there, you know. Oh, man. The one time I go back to work, and then I got 10 million people want stuff done. I can only do them as fast as I can, guys, so you're going to have to bear with me. Sorry about this video being so long, but I really like the colors. So the next thing I'm going to do is, before we package them up, we're just going to do one final test with the RGB. And that is it. I've already tested that the turn signals work, park lights work, headlight works, headlight functions. What I mean by that is going up and down with your high beams. Adjusters are working and clean. because you got two adjusters here, low beam, high beam. Well, not high beam, I don't want to say that. One is to adjust the LED to fan out for your high beam. So you can either make it a little bit or a lot, or depending on what you want. It's up to you. But this is for your low beam. So you got two adjustments on each headlight. Other than that, it's pretty simple. Just plug and play. Same plug, same everything. Nothing's changed. And then you just plug it in and go. So before we package it up, we're going to do one final test on the RGB kit. And again, we're the first in the world. You know, not that it matters. People don't really care. But when they have an issue, let me tell you who they come to. They come to me to ask to figure out how I can help them. And not only them, also I want to say the Chinese. I shouldn't say Chinese. I should say they're sort of like a partner, because they've sent me so many things to try and so many things to see how they work and get with the engineers and tell them how I think and what I think they need. And we've grown to have a relationship, you know, so I'm really happy about that. Any problems I have, you know, I reach out to them, they send me things, you know, and I tell them, hey, this is what we need to do, this is what we need to try. And they're willing to listen, guys. But, you know, again, look at that. So that's the fake light. This is the real light. You can see the quality real quick on the difference. I mean, I can't wait to build my headlights. Guys, next thing I'm building is the quad headlight. I'm going to throw in a set of just used headlights into my car, so we can go ahead and modify my headlight and do a quad setup. I already know how how I'm going to have it to work, and I'm really excited to getting it done, guys. And that'll be the next thing. Man, oh, that's it, grill. Hey, I really want you guys to try this, and I know a lot of you guys haven't, but you guys should really try this. If you haven't, you should. It's basically a detail spray. Spray it on, wipe it off. It doesn't leave streaks or anything. It's because it has rain guard protection, which means it's almost like having Rain-X on your car. Added as well. It's infused with ceramic, and it works great, guys. Here we go. Don't worry about that. I burned that with the heat gun. But you guys should really try it. Anybody who buys anything from me, I'm going to send you guys a free bottle, so you guys can try it out. A free sample bottle, I should say. It comes in a small one, which is like this. It's a small sample bottle. Try it out. You guys like it, buy it. You know, we're going to start offering free shipping on this particular detail spray. And what I mean by that, you buy it for $13.95, you get free shipping. Can't beat that, guys. The cheapest shipping is $5 right there off the top. Only in the United States, of course. But you guys should try it, telling you. All right, other than that, butyl tape. Don't use butyl tape. A lot of guys say, yeah, use butyl tape. Don't use butyl tape, especially when you're sealing these lights. All right, I'm going to tell you, butyl tape is okay, but it moves when it gets hot, and lights do get hot, so it will move. And in the process, you can open up and it could break a seal. It could actually create an air pocket, and next thing you know, you got a leak. So just letting you guys know. All right, so that's another thing. All right, I'm going to sign off, and until next time, we'll see you then.